have you today on the program Royaity. Today on Royaity, it may interest you to know that we have an ace journalist, media guru, as a royalty we have today. His Royal Majesty Okakwu Victor Chukwuma Awogu, Atamanya of Ossomalla Igili. Okakwu, we welcome you to the program.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
All right. You've been an ace media guru, journalist, and you've worked with the Daily Times as a managing editor or executive director with Daily Times. You've also been a managing editor of the new Nigerian newspaper. You've also been member of a prestigious Ikoyi Club, Lagos. So much to talk about. Now, could you please let us into more of whom Okakwu is actually?
Simply put, I was born Prince Victor Chukwuma Awogu. The kingship thing came much later, much later in life. And like you said, with all humility, this guru thing, I don't know about that, but I have been in the print and in the electronic media, like you said. I retired from the Daily Times of Nigeria PLC.
You can actually take us back a little bit, how the journey started, before you got to that place and before you got to this place.
Okay. I started with the print, and it was not Daily Times of Nigeria PLC. In fact, I was with the agency, Wire Services, the news agency of Nigeria, before I went on to the print, where I joined the new Nigerian newspapers. I edited, I'm managing, edited too. Edited as a script, as an outright editor, and then managing editor when I assumed administrative responsibilities in addition to editorial duties. That was before I went on to the Daily Times, where I edited I was on the Daily Times editorial board with the likes of Dr. Yochi Ayu, former education minister, Dr. Ngozi Ani, Dr. Gigi Dara, who is Professor Gigi Dara now. We are all on the editorial board of the Daily Times before I rose on to become general manager, executive director, administration, where I finally retired from. Retired then, but was not tired. So I had to go into what I knew best to do. Yes, after leaving the University of Lagos. So I went into other print media, now international magazine. I was chairman editorial board in South Express. I was managing editor. South Express was in Lagos, editorial page editor. That was in Examiner group of newspapers. I also was consultant to Achievers magazine, also in Lagos.
And with all this, you'll agree with me, but when somebody say you are a media guru, they are not mistaken, actually. All right, let's quickly delve into your life. What was it like, before you go into the media world?
Yeah, education. It was education. Like I said, I finished from the University of Lagos and I started working. Started working as a young man. Then they called this place the Department of Information. It was under the military time, the Department of Information, from where I went on to the Wire Services, the news agency of Nigeria, where I operated also as sub-editor and correspondent with the likes of my very good friend Tony Digo, late Dr. Mbwemena, fine journalists like Dr. Adefela, Victor Adefela. The GM then was another good journalist turned administrator, an amateur man. I also remember his name. But I remember Professor Alfred Okubo of the university, because they call him an ultimate orator. He too, unfortunately, is
all right. Thank you so much, Okakwu. And I would like to actually get into a brief biography of your life. When you were born, actually, how it began, the journey of life.
Humble Ossomalla here, but we call it Ossomalla Igili.
And you will let us know why it's actually called Ossomalla Igili.
Ossomalla has been the cradle of education in Owaru land, unarguably. Everybody, in fact, most Igwes, when we meet, all schooled here in Ossomalla. The white man, because of our nearness, the Niger is just a stone throw from here. Mungo Park, Richard Landa, the Oil Niger Company, etc., etc. They all passed some few years from here. So education came here early. The Oyibo man, quote unquote, came to Ossomalla Igili. They established the church, both churches actually, the Christian Missionary Society, CMS, and the Roman Catholic Church. Most people around Owaru went to St. Patrick's School, which is a shouting distance from here. That is where they first had their schooling, their taste of European education. And it made Ossomalla a town where the major industry, apart from the fishing and agrarian population, the major industry became education. With all humility, Ossomalla people saw education before a lot of other people hinterland saw education. And since the Roman Catholic Church and the Christian Missionary Society, CMS, also got established here, it meant that the school, St. Patrick's School, was established here in Ossomalla, and all other Owaru land students or school pupils had to come to Ossomalla to school. So it got to a stage where even other Owaru towns will tell you it's a Ossomalla Igili. Ebe Okakwu Neu Asuoyi. And in translation, that means, are you going to Ossomalla Igili, where chickens and goats speak Queen's English? Not just English, but Queen's English. And that is on the light side. But it's an ancient kingdom, very ancient kingdom. And we are proud of our ancestry. We descend from the Jukun Igala stock. We carry the Jukuns majorly were stationed in Igala. That is the Ata of Igala. Well, it's in Kogi State now. And we draw our descendancy from Igala land. That's why we are unique. There are three major towns in the Lower Niger, east and west, that share the same culture. Oko in the delta in the other side. Then Odebe here on the eastern side, and Ossomalla. We share the same spiritual ancestry. There is this, call it Juju, that three of us share, and only three of us, in this part of the world. The Awogu cult, is strictly.
All right, Okakwu, at this point, I would like to let you know that the program is still Royalty, and we are at the palace of His Royal Majesty Okakwu Victor Chukwuemeka Awogu, and he is Atamanya of Ossomalla Igili. The program returns shortly. Don't go anywhere. They are the custodian of traditional authority of their various communities. They are dignity personified. Know them. Learn more about them. Watch Royalty on ABS television channels 24 Oka. Take advantage of our social media handles at www.absradiotv.com. Like us at Facebook at www.facebook.com/absradiotelevision. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram at ABS Radio TV. Watch Royalty Fridays at 8 p.m. and a repeat broadcast on Wednesdays by 2 p.m. Royalty, dignity at best. Alright, the program is still Royalty, and we are at the palace of His Royal Majesty Okakwu Victor Chukwuemeka Awogu. He is Atamanya of Ossomalla Igili. Now, Okakwu, what you were telling us about yourself. Could you tell us, when you were born and a little biography of who you are?
Yes, born some 70 years ago in Ossomalla. I did most of my schooling, my primary school schooling, in Lagos. My elementary school was a government demonstration school in Lagos. I went on to St. Finbar's College, also in Lagos, and I moved to Ibadan, where I attended the boys' high school too. After my school certificate, of course, you know about the war which intervened. The war broke out. What happened. We all went back. I went back to school, got my higher school certificate and advanced level, all those things. In those days, there were no JAM. You applied to the school you wanted, and they called us Lagos boys, and I couldn't school outside Lagos. Any school outside Lagos, to us, was not a school. So I applied to the University of Lagos, and I was taken in. I read international relations and international studies. Graduated, then went on. There was work then. Immediately you graduated, you had work waiting for you. In fact, we were interviewed on campus. That kind of thing. And before you finished your youth, you knew where you were going to work in. So I always had this love for public communication. So I went on to the Federal Ministry of Information. Were press officers. We worked with the likes of the then press secretary, Olusegun Obasanjo, who is an Igwe himself too, Igwe Mokedi. Grand old man now.
Obachala.
Yes, Obachala. We meet at events, at Igwe's events, and I go talk to the grand old man. You remember, he won't remember. But we were jolly young men then. You went to the office with your comb and your toothbrush in your pocket, because you could, from the newsroom, you packed into an aeroplane and off you went outside the country. That was how work was during the military. And it was quite enjoyable.
All right. Now, Igwe, I think you have to hold it there, because it could go on and on. From what you've just told us, it seems all your life, or most of your life, you've spent it in the West. Now, how does it feel? Have been called back home to come and take up this, the chair as the custodian of the traditional authority of the Ossomalla Kingdom. How does it feel?
Thank you very much. The truth is that at no time did I have a break with Ossomalla. No time did I have a break of a year with Ossomalla. I was always coming to my roots. I was always active in the Ossomalla Development Union, which used to be in Ossomalla Improvement Society, which is moribund now, but which gave birth to Ossomalla Development Union. I was never lagging in Ossomalla matters. And this is known anywhere I have been. When I was in Abuja, same thing. I was not lagging at all in Ossomalla Development Union matters. In Lagos, the same thing. In Kaduna, when I was editing the New Nigerian, on Sunday, it was the same thing. There was nowhere I went that I broke my link with the great Ossomalla. Ossomalla, which produced the first commissioned officer in Nigeria, in the Nigeria Army. First. You remember the likes of H.U. Kaine, the first lawyer. Remember Justice Francis Olisa Awogu of the Federal Court Federal Court of Appeal, and on and on and on. Mwadialo, Fidelis Mwadialo, great, sad. These were landmark intellectuals.
And that really shows that your parents must have contributed a lot, because from what you said, your primary school was in the West.
Yes.
Your secondary school was in the West,
yes.
And having not broken the link with the home,
yes.
It shows your parents must have
contributed.
Bring home.
They bundle me home every time. I know everything about Ossomalla. More than I challenge anybody, more than anybody who lives in Ossomalla. Because I spent time here. And I was happy spending time, even when I had become an adult. I was happy spending time here. I had no inkling that I was going to be king.
All right, now tell us, when actually did you ascend the throne of your forefathers as the traditional ruler?
A little over 3 years ago. I was doing my thing, like we are doing now, on Africa Independent Television, news analysis, programs. I write and produced programs. I analyze particularly the newspapers, and I was happy doing my thing. But when the voice of the people say that they want you for a particular purpose, there's no way you can disappoint. Just no way you can disappoint. So when they called me, it was, how did they put it? The AIT colleagues of mine, Imonia Marere to the Akiotu, Raymond Dokwesi, the great visionary, Raymond Dokwesi, Aleo, the Zomo of Wepawanola, they all said, in fact, they all gave me the encouragement that Utibe Umore said, from the newsroom to the throne. That's how they put it. From the editor's chair to the traditional ruler's chair. Because I was at the editorial board of the prestigious AIT, Ray Power, DASAT, and all that, with Kelly Elisha, Imonia Marere. How many of them we will remember? Odion Bello, a great Nigerian broadcasters, Benga, Aruleba. These are all fine colleagues. Abon Suremi, Austin Abon Suremi, fine broadcasters, with whom one worked. Of course, Lady Tosi, Dr. Tosi. We had a fine, lovely, jolly family in the AIT family in Abuja.
All right, and that's actually, I think that actually happened December 28, 2015 to be precise. Exactly. That was the you were crowned, and 3 years now. We call it 3 years. 3 years is not 3 days. I would like to know actually your achievements for this 3 years you've been on this throne.
When I ascended, there had been what we people interact normally between one king and the other. There had been quite some time without a king. So the town needed some sewing up, some putting together, some bringing together, some panel beating, if you choose to use that word, yes. And I think the potty and panel beating and painting that we have been doing have been yielding fruit. We have been able to touch hearts, to bring my principal concern before and during Bahrain has been to give joy, to bring our people together and give them joy and pave ways and be their voice, be their person where they need persons. And that I have striven to do since the first day I sat on the throne. And I may say, without being controverted, that I've been able to bring them together, bring joy to faces, make people whip up that patriotic within Ossomalla, that oneness, sentiment of oneness amongst our people, and we have been able to match up. We are agrarian. We faced in another yesterday on your station, on your station, they said this thing about Anambra being amongst the states that will be ravaged by flood. The kind we only saw in 2012 in a very big way. They say we may face it again this year. Water, as we speak, you and I, water, the River Niger, in 30 seconds, I can hit the River Niger from here. If I open this, I can hit the River Niger 30 seconds. And we are just waiting for it to come. If the Cameroonians, they say, open their dam. There is the Niger one, also a dam. They are tampering with, holding back the water. If they release, we are in trouble. Then, of course, our own Jeba Dam. We are agrarian, we are riverine, very, very riverine. So, even now, as we sleep in Ossomalla, we sleep with one eye closed and the other one open. And ears at alert. If you hear water coming ahead, we begin to know what to do.
All right. You've been a media guru, ex-media guru. For that, I will keep saying it, because from all the antecedents you've told us here, and you've been a veteran journalist. I don't know if you can let us know in all your experiences how it has helped you, or you have brought it to bear on your leadership. All right. Let us know.
You know that in the newsroom, journalists, particularly editors, don't wear their badges of office. A thoroughbred journalist, thoroughbred editor wouldn't wear his badge of office.
All right, Okakwu, sorry. All right, the program is still Royaity, and we are still in the palace of Okakwu, Victor Chukwuemeka Awogu, Atamanya of Ossomalla Igili. We'll take a short break here. The program returns after now. Join us again. They are the custodian of traditional authority of their various communities. They are dignity personified. Know them, learn more about them. Watch Royaity on ABS television channels 24 Oka. Take advantage of our social media handles at www.absradiotv.com. Like us at Facebook at www.facebook.com/absradiotelevision. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram at absradiotv. Watch Royaity Fridays at 8 p.m. and a repeat broadcast on Wednesdays by 2 p.m. Royaity, dignity at best. Welcome back to the program. It's still Royaity, and we are still here, the palace of His Royal Majesty Okakwu Victor Chukwemeka Awogu, Atamanya of Ossomalla Igili. The Okakwu, we know that achievements don't really go without challenges. Sure. And as a community that you came met without a traditional ruler, could you let us into some of the challenges you faced while you ascended the throne?
You see, there's one popular statement of human beings are the most complicated machines ever created. The human being. Bringing people together, like I said earlier, is not a tea party. People who had, in the long period of no king, seen themselves as kings and carved out fiefdoms for themselves to bring them together in peace and with not coercion but persuasion, with love and camaraderie. It was not a tea party, and government has always been there for us. Talking about the 20 million.
I think we'll still get to that, but just that, what challenges you actually faced, in trying to get, just like you're saying, trying to get the people together,
yes.
That
was the biggest one, and it was to be expected, because in a place that has had no king for over 15 years, looking at 20, you will expect that things won't be what it would be when they had a king. All nice people, cooperative people, jolly good people, Ossomalla people, Igili people. When you called them to rally, they rallied. And we are as one facing the physical and natural challenges that nature has bestowed.
And what basic thing could you actually say helped you, to really surmount those challenges and bringing them together?
They say, let me tell you, there is this saying that the journalist is jack of all trades and master of all. That is one definition of a journalist, because before you rise to the enviable level you are now, to be an editor, you will have, of course, covered bits: health, labor, airport, transport, you name it. Whatever bit you will have covered. So you know tidbits about practically everything. And as an operator in the fourth estate of the realm, there is no new thing that can be thrown at you that you won't take. Human beings will come to you, either with problems or with advice that may be positive or negative. That analytical mind of a journalist, that inquisitive mind of a journalist, that searching mind of a journalist will just come to play without your knowing. So whoever is talking, wherever you are talking to people, or wherever people are talking to you, as you are taking in, you are deciphering, you are analyzing, you are seeing, you are searching, you are what example here, that example there, and you are putting everything together for the good of everybody in the end.
And we can confidently say that the experiences have come to bear.
Of course.
All right.
There is no way your background will not reflect on the job you do when you are made the kind of thing I have been made, traditional ruler. Just as the name shows, traditional ruler. must know tradition.
Oh, all right. Okay. Now let's really come down home. Relationship with the government and what the government have been able to do in this community or Ossomalla Igili.
Yes.
We know that recently the government gave out some amount of money to communities, and they called it Community Choose Your Project Initiative. I give you choose, go and do whatever
government
you feel it's important to the community. Tell us about it and what you've been able to do in this community.
Very wonderful, very, very helpful, very, very much there for the communities, towns and communities in Anambra State. Let me zero down to Anambra State. Even before I came, there was the vigilante. You know that government pays, and that is security, and that is the bastion of our governor, Okakwu Willie Obiano. He doesn't joke, like with security. So there's the vigilante there, and they handle payment of the vigilante in all towns and communities. That is one. Then, since I also ascended, I have been witness to one. The second one is ongoing. One of the 20 million naira projects. When it came, I pleaded with those who were going to get the money and do the job. I pleaded with them to please, if it is possible, if it is anywhere possible, to give me 50 million naira worth of work, of project, of good from that 20 million. Please do so. And that is why we were able, with 20 million naira, not to execute not just one project, but a retaining wall. Your colleague knows the place. We built a court room. It will be a magistrate's court, God willing. It will be commissioned very soon. It's up there. Then the hospital in Ossomalla had no water. And when I heard of it, it was cracking in my ears that a hospital would have no water, no borehole. So we also squeezed it into the 20 million. The provision of an overhead tank, borehole, and potable water, so that you can at least wash your hands, be clean, they boil and sterilize equipment in hospitals. There's no water. What do you boil with air? So these are the three major things we did from the 20 million that I came in and was first privileged to administer. The second one is ongoing.
All right, Okakwu, at this point, before we let you go, because you've really come a long way, in one word, tell us your relationship with your people and your prospects for the people. Just in one sentence, let us know before we go.
One word, wonderful. One word, wonderful.
Wonderful.
The love, the bind, the camaraderie, the oneness, that is beautiful. That one I know. Plenty of work more to do. Work never ends, but I enjoy my people and my people enjoy me.
All right, it's been great having His Royal Majesty Okakwu Victor Chukwuemeka Awogu, Atamanya of Ossomalla Igili. That's how it's been on today's episode of the program Royaity. We thank you so much for watching. Join us again for yet another outing. My name is Nonye Mokoye. Bye for now.